felt the chaos and the uncertainty that's swirling around us. My goodness, the times have been so intense. I've found it really difficult to work and focus, and I've noticed so many feelings of wanting something stable and secure and reaching for it and wondering, what is there? And then I realized that is truly the invitation of this time, is really understanding what true safety and security is. And guess what? It's not found outside of ourselves. But what's interesting is that since we were infants, we were trained to depend on something outside of ourselves, our caregivers. And whether you have a story about how well your caregivers did, you were dependent on them. And whoever it was that was taking care of you, you had to give over your ownership of power to them, because they would tell you what was safe and what wasn't safe, and they were taking care of your needs. And then we mature and we get older. And as we get older, we start to learn how to be responsible, how to grow up. And so we learn how to perhaps make money for ourselves, make food for ourselves, find homes for ourselves, find somewhere to live, right? But what we don't learn is how to come back into ourselves to orient. We continue practicing the external orientation. And the way I see that is and the way I've done it in my own life, is that we look for things to tell us that we're safe or to have security. So for example, we find a job and we say, as long as I have this job, as long as I have this income coming in, I'm safe. Now we may not overtly say that, but that's the agreement that we think we have with the thing. Or we get in a marriage or relationship and we think, as long as I'm chosen, I'm in this relationship, I'm safe. Or maybe it's the investments that we have. We save so much money, or we put money aside in our 401ks or our retirement so that we're safe, so that we're secure. But what happens, and I'm sure you can think of examples in your life, is at some point these things fail us. The relationship fails us. We lose our job, or the job doesn't actually end up fulfilling us or giving us that sense of security that we desire. Or those investments fail, right? On some level, we return back to this feeling or this question of, am I safe? Or what do I do? This isn't providing that security. And I think these times are revealing, right, how much we can't rely on those outside things. Flights can be shut down by a computer glitch. I know I'm oversimplifying that a bit. We can feel unstable by who's running in a presidential race. There's all kinds of current events that, if we let it, can tell us life's not safe, we're not safe, which has us frantically searching for what to hook into. I think life has a different invitation for us, and that's to remember how to self-orient. Or maybe it's for the first time learning how to self-orient. And what that means is learning how to take care of you and how to be your own source of safety and security. And that might sound overly simple, because on some level it is, but on another level, we don't know how to do that. And the way I've witnessed that is that we start to notice when we come back to ourselves is that we're full of all these uncomfortable emotions. I don't know about you, but during this last week, I felt a lot of those emotions of overwhelm or anxiety or fear, right? A lot of those that start to overpower us during these times because we're looking for something else. And so it's learning how to come back to ourselves. It's truly learning how to feel what we feel and not let it tell us or define for us that we're not safe or that we're not stable. But it's learning how to emotionally process our feelings, which, again, we don't have models for oftentimes. For me, the best way I do this is to presence, which means that when I notice myself feeling like that graspy feeling of looking for something or wanting to action out of fear, that I return to myself and I just pause and I breathe and I feel what I'm feeling. I feel the anxiety, I feel the fear, I feel the nervousness or the fact that I don't know, and I allow myself to feel that, and I claim the fact that I am safe in this moment, that I do trust myself, and that I know that I will, in this moment, know how to care for myself better than anyone else can care for me. So it's almost like we choose to be the caregiver that maybe we never had or that we always wanted, because we don't give other people the opportunity to have to fail us We don't ask the job to comfort us. We don't ask the financial bank account to comfort us. We don't ask the relationship to comfort us. And that's not to say that we don't receive in support, because of course we do. But on a really base level, we first have to be able to do it for ourselves and be able to feel at home and safe within ourselves. Because if we don't feel safe within ourselves, then we will look for those other things and they will inevitably fail us. And then we'll be right back to the very beginning, which is, am I safe? And how do I find that stability? It really is making comfort and making peace with the discomfort. So it's finding a place of comfort in knowing that, yes, uncomfortable feelings come. Yes, there is a sense of not knowing. And oftentimes, really in the reality of life, we never really do know. But what we do know is that in this moment, we know how to care for ourselves. We know how to take the next best step for ourselves. It really is a very simple but yet profound process. And in my experience, it can be highly uncomfortable at first. But the more and more I've practiced it, what I find is a deeper sense of peace, a deeper sense of knowing myself and allowing myself to truly be, again, this provider and caretaker for myself that I've always expected other people or other things in my life to do. I'm learning how to best love and care for myself. And as I do that, I open to the universe and the external to also mirror and bring that in. And I don't need those external things to be a certain way for me to be safe or me to be secure. I allow myself to adapt and change as I need to trust in the moment, whatever I need to do or not do becomes aware, because I am steady in myself and my awareness. I'm not bypassing emotions, trying to get out of feeling a certain way. I'm actually becoming at home and feeling those things. And the intensity over time gets a little bit less intense at times, where normally the overwhelm or the anxiety might overtake me. Now I feel the surges, and I also, as I feel it diminish or lessen, and I feel my sense of steadiness and knowing I can feel this. A mantra that my Kundalini teacher taught me a long time ago that I think really serves us well is I can, I will, I must. I can feel this. I can be in my body. I will feel whatever's happening. I will stay in my body and my presence. And I must, because all roads lead back to this invitation. Everything in my life is conspiring to help me find my own self-orientation, because I'm the one that knows best what I need in any moment. I'm the one that knows best in every moment what I truly desire so that I can make the right best choice for me. So friends, I offer this to you. I offer you the chance to claim and permission yourself to declare that you are your source of safety and stability, and that these times will continue to be shifty and changey, and we'll continue to experience kind of the wave of emotions collectively because we're all connected, and individually because a lot of these old things are coming up for healing for each of us. And the best way to navigate is to be with them, is to be present in ourselves and return home. We are home when we choose to be. We are, no matter where we are, no matter what's happening, we can claim home. We can come home to those feelings. And friends, it's such a powerful genius move to do this. I find that it is probably the most powerful thing we can ever do for ourselves. So I offer this to you. I'm practicing it too. And I find that it truly is the only way to find peace in a crazy changing world. Blessings to you.